Previously on Sorcery. Sacrifice my reputation. I'm gonna take half because I'm cool. Because I'm a cool boy. You gotta get the book. I'm just gonna buy 2. I can find food. I'm like a good scavenger. I got Scavenger Pro equipped right now. No stamina lost. Flawless fighting. Flawless. The early morning air is crisp, and the rising sun paints the slopes in shades of peaceful beauty, concealing the evil that lies ahead. And so continues the quest. Let's go! Come on! Let's get this going! The path winds through the slopes of the wild scrubland. The countryside is deserted, and the eerie silence is broken only by the cawing of the occasional crow. There's a spell for hearing what they say, but you do not have the equipment it requires. Birds appear to pause in the air to examine you as they pass. Stupid creatures. They pose no threat, so you ignore them. Okay. Barely an hour beyond the wall, and the air begins to grow foul. The Shamutanti Hills are infested with the pestilence of the backlands. It saps the energy from your body, leaving you feeling nauseous and weak. Cover my mouth or keep walking? I don't think covering my mouth is going to help it. I still have to breathe. I got to keep going. It is not surprise they warned you of this. You will grow accustomed to it the longer you are out here. But for the moment, you will be very careful. Your maximum stamina just decreased. You can see your stamina at the top of the screen. If this reaches 0, you'll be too tired to carry. You'll die. You'll die if it reaches 0. Stamina can be regained up to the maximum by eating rations or resting. Okay. Oh, the decisions. This is where the decisions come in. Do I want to go this way? Do I want to go to the ocean? There's a sea monster in the ocean. Or I can go through this field. I kind of want to go to Katapan. I want to go to Daddu-Ley. I mean, Daddu-Ley. It's not Daddy. I want to go there. I have to go there. Come on. There's no choice here. There's no real choice. What's this illusion of choice? Another hour passes, and you crest a small hillock, from the top of which you can see the path continuing downwards into a small settlement of huts. This must be Cantopani. Look for a way around. Look at the village. Do I want to go through the village? The village is probably going to be interesting. But they're probably going to be No, I have to go. Come on. You got to get the full experience. If you're going through Cantopani, you got to get the Cantopani experience. From this distance, it's hard to make out much about the town, except that it must be desperately poor. The fields on either side are brown with caked mud, and a few pinned animals are thin and wizened like thirsty vines. Yeah, see, how exciting is that? If I had found a way around, I just would have been walking through like a field of mud. No wonder the Sightmaster warriors don't trouble themselves to protect this place. There's nothing here to protect. That's messed up. That's a little messed up. These are people, too. Ooh. This is the way I want to go. I want to check out these caves. I want to go to Daddu-Ley. Up in these hills. Perhaps it is the way the sergeant described the town. Or perhaps it is simply a feeling in your gut. Either way, you leave the path and head off through the scrub. Walking perhaps a mile or so out of your way to avoid the town. From the top of your eyes, you get a good view of the land ahead. Across the Simsosa River. Oh, I gotta look first. May as well, I'm already up here. The river cuts a slash across the land, protecting Cantopani from the dangers of the far bank. There's another village of rough huts on that side. And even from here, you can see the sharp poles that spike from the earth between the buildings. A common sight in villages of... What? A common sight in villages of headhunters. Never mind, I thought the headhunters were the common sight, but they were actually the entire village. It is a place best avoided if you value your neck. I mean, that means I have to go there, right? Looking east, there is a glimmer of blue. The sea! Below the shorelines are the caves of Daddu-Ley. A place they say is haunted by spirits. Dude, I gotta go. Dude, I'm going ghost hunting, bro. My name is Zach Baggins. I never believed in ghosts until I saw one for myself. The cliffs of the Kakabad Sea are too intriguing. You've never before left Anal Land, and now the draw of this legendary spot is too strong. They say the first wizards grew from cracks in the rocks of these caves, and they were tugged out by salamanders. Salamanders, okay. They say the tunnels move as the moon moves. They say the wind plays a song as it blows past the entrances, and that this song will make anyone fall in love with you if you sing it. I knew there was a reason I came here. This place is magical. If even a fraction of it is true, then who knows what you might find. You set off across the foothills and quickly reach the edge of the cliff. Below, sea spray pounds the beach, hundreds of feet down. The view into the distance goes on forever and a day. Look out across the sea. No, look for a way down. I already saw what's across the sea. It's a bunch of dudes with like spears and stuff. Or no, that was across. Never mind. But there are no cave mouths. Up here on the cliff top, you look about for an entrance and see nothing, except by the very edge of the cliff. A shallow lip of scree, and beside it a rock covered in strange markings. I'm already seeing magic. That's like it's like a soapstone. Look out across the sea. Wind whips at your tunic and pulls at your hair as you stand on the very lip of the cliff and look out across the endless ocean. This is the Far East, and they say the sea runs to the edge of the world and then runs away, like beer brimming over the lip of a tankard. They say the pull of that flow is like an endless tide that carries men's hearts and eyes with wistful desire. Each of us would fly east if we could. A flock of gulls spins in the sky above you, screaming and calling. Oh, that's some scenery right there. Nothing like some good old beach gorilla scenery. Let's check out this marked rock. I want to see this magic. You squat down to clear moss away from the marked rock. It is inscribed with a riddle. Oh, here we go. This is the right way, man. This is the way that the sorcerer went, and this is the place called the wizard's descent. Forward he stepped to prove what he meant, and then he fell, then he floated, and so did not repent. A gust of wind threatens to pull you over the cliff edge. Oh, but I don't have to react to that. Okay, so basically what I'm getting from that, don't jump off the cliff. If you jump off the cliff, you're dead. Wait, but he floated. I assume that means he floated in the water, but he's a wizard, so he might have been floating in the air. I'm not so sure. Step over the lip. Oh! I don't know. Look for clues. You cast about, feeling at the earth, looking for a forbidden ring or a lever or a rope. But there's nothing. Nothing but the lip of the cliff. Look over the lip. I gotta do it. It's not a good idea, but I gotta do it. You peer cautiously over the lip. A few loose rocks scatter beneath your feet and tumble, falling for 4 or 5 seconds before they hit the grassy ledge far below. You step back quickly, in case you might slip. This place seems suddenly very quiet. The waves breaking are so far below they sound like the world, breathing in its sleep. Alright, game's called Sorcery. I'm the main character. I am the sorcerer. I'm gonna jump off the cliff, and then I'm gonna float, and I'm not gonna repent, because I did the right thing, so I don't need to repent. Step over the lip. Well then, you set off, looking for adventure, and here one is, the wizard's the withering descent. Will you take it? Step off that cliff, baby! Murmuring a quick prayer to the gorilla, your spirit, you close your eyes, and step forward, once, twice, and then your heel slips. And then you are falling. Cast a spell. Come on, there's a float spell. There's got to be a levitate spell. I know there has to be one. Alright, what do we got? We got ZWF. Okay, I can do a force field, but I don't think that... No, I have to float. I don't know what spell's gonna... I just have to try all of them. Wall. Create an invisible... That's not floating. It's not gonna be off. What is this? Fall. Float in air. Well, would you look at that? I was right, baby. That's right. In the remaining moments, you cast a spell. As soon as you finish it, your fall slows, as though a hand has cupped you and is lowering you to the earth. You come to rest without incident on the grass. Float. Rest without incident. Yeah, that means go there. Yes. Yes, thank you. Okay. Now I gotta check these caves out. There's probably like goblins in them. Now you're in trouble. Halfway up and halfway down. You are on a ledge and arms span wide, with a drop down to the beating sea. There's no way back up. You have no choice but to follow the ledge and see where it leads. There's only one thing of note here. A glyph painted on the wall in a light brown paint. Examine it! Of course examine it! What if it's telling me like I'm dead? And I can just restart my adventure and I don't have to die. I can save some time. You peer at it. The color is old and faded, but it appears to be a P. You follow the ledge carefully around, hoping to find some way forward. A few yards later, you are spoilt by a choice. There is not one cave mouth ahead of you, but two. Oh man. All right. I could cast a spell, but I only have 9 stamina. So I'm not sure if it's going to be worth it. It might save my life, but it might also be pointless. So I'm just going to go with what I've always been told. The right way is the right way. Look at the right cave. I can look at them first. I didn't even see that. Looking into the right cave, you see little, except a faint and distant glow. The smell of salt breeze emerges from the left-hand cave. Huh. You peer into the darkness of the left cave. It seems to slope a little way downwards into the darkness. You smell something. You smell coming from it. The smell coming from it is salty and fresh. You hear dogs barking down the cave. There are dogs in the left cave. Perhaps it leads to the sea, or perhaps it drops into a flooded pool. By the cave mouth is a low boulder. A light whistling of wind comes from the right-hand cave. Okay. Let's look back at this. Can we? Okay, no we can't. Can we look back at the... I want to look back at the thing we had. Do we have like notes? Do we have notes somewhere? It said something about whistling. It said whistling was like good. This is spellbook. Nice music. No. Okay, I can't look at my notes, but this one has one of them has whistling. Which one? How do I get back to where I was? That's not how I get back to the center? No, here we go, okay. So, which one's whistling? Because that's the good one. Light whistling of wind comes for right. It has to be the right one. I took right. The right way is the right way. Examine the boulder, just for good measure. I keep doing that. You pause to examine the boulder, but it appears to be just that. A small rock, about the size of your head, and roughly cubic in shape. 4 of its sides are covered in moss. I'm gonna touch that, and something insane is gonna happen. So here's the question. Do I want to be smart and cautious and not touch it? Or do I want to see what insane thing do I want to see like the pirate cove that opens up? Do I want to be Scooby-Doo or do I want to be Vilma, right? I want to be Scooby-Doo. Obviously I want to be Scooby-Doo. Sit on the boulder. Sit on the boulder. You sit yourself down on the boulder and look out to the sea. A moment later you realize you will be sitting here for the rest of your life if you don't find a way to escape this ledge. The wind blows a little dust. The right-hand cave. Okay. Roll the boulder. Come on, let's go. The boulder looks not too heavy. You could probably roll it over, but which way? Alright. Alright. I think we want the moss down. Because that must be the natural position, right? The other natural position, if there's no moss there. Or it's just in the dark, so there's no sun getting to it. That's my logic. That's my completely flawed logic because I know nothing about zoology or fauna. So I'm going to say moss-free side downwards. You heave the boulder over until the moss-free side is downwards. It takes quite some effort, but then you notice that the face is now uppermost. It has some small indentations in it. Here we go, man! This is it! Examine the markings on the rock. Let's do it! You clear away the moss until you see a few lines of the poem. 2 ways in, the cliff is cleft. Of guidance is our wizard bereft. One leads to safety, the other to death. This is, yep. When left with what's right, is it right what is left? A small rodent scurries out of the left-hand cave and away through the grass. Of 2 ways in, this cliff is cleft. Of guidance is our wizard bereft. One leads to safety, the other to death. When left with what's right, is it right what is left? When left with what's right. This is a difficult one. I'm not so sure about this one. Is it right what is left? It seems like it's a more direct question. Wait, hey, wait a sec. Cleft, bereft, left. Those 3 words rhyme. But they don't rhyme with, like, right has, like, no rhymes. So right is being left out here. Is that intentional? I think that might be intentional. Intentional. I think that might be intentional. If one of them's certain death and one of them's not, I feel like I have to cast a spell here. Let me just see what I can do. Perhaps magic can aid you. Cast a spell. Let's see. There's got to be like a... There's got to be some guidance. It says bereft of guidance. But let's see. What's S? Sun requires a sun jewel. No, I didn't mean to do that. I didn't actually want to do that. Can I rewind that? Okay, I'm rewinding that. Just a little. No, I can't. Okay. Well, I guess I... There we go! That's not what I wanted to do. Cast a spell. Come on. I know it exists. I know there's, like, a guidance spell. There has to be. H. O. W. How? How do I go? Find safe... This is literally exactly what I was looking for. Would you look at that? You cast the spell and you feel a power entering your mind and feeling across the rock surface in front of you. After a while, it settles on the left cavern. Then it is gone, and you are alone once more. This is the text safe passage, so left is the safe passage, not the danger passage. Choose a cave. There's no way back. You will have to pick one of them. Yep, left cave. Easy game. I was gonna go with the right. I really wanted to go with the right cave. You enter the left-hand cave, moving slowly to let your eyes adjust to the dark. A few steps in, your fingers, running across the wall, feel the shape of a symbol carved into the rock. I gotta look at it. I have to. Unless it's too dark. You pause to examine the scratched mark on the wall. It seems to be the letter O. The cave continues into the hillside, then turns down a slope. The walls grow narrow on either side. You are squeezing yourself deeper and deeper into the ancient heart of Daddu-Ley, with no certainty that you will ever re-emerge. Then an opening appears, and with it a gust of wind, and a hint of a strange green light. Do you guys hear growling? I hear growling. I'm not entirely confident with my thing here. You squeeze through a narrow opening into a wider tunnel. Cave mouth. You know, I could have just discerned that this was going to go here just from the salt. Could totally have just discerned that completely just from the salt, because it wouldn't have been coming from, like, an underground water source. It would have been coming from the sea. I'm an idiot. That's what I'm trying to say. But I got to see the rest of the poem, so it's okay. The inside of this cave is lined with bright fluorescent streaks from some strange mineral in the wall. It glows a grisly green color, forming characters and slash marks. Without them, you would be lost in the dark. Then you see a patch of sunshine up ahead. Examine the walls first. You gotta do it. You pause a moment and look at the seams in the rock. Their pattern does not seem random, but more like characters in some language you do not recognize. As if someone had written a message into the very rock itself. But if so, it is a message you cannot understand. You move towards the light, almost tripping over your feet in the dark, until you find yourself in a low chamber. Despite being closed off and sheltered from the wind, it is well lit by the sunlight streaming in. Through the narrow cave mouth, you see sand stretching down to a shoreline. Dude, I want to go fishing. Should I look at the walls? I want to look at the walls again, just in case. Looking closely at the walls here, you see a small patch of fluorescent seam, but in the bright sunshine, its glow is lost, and it is just a dark, glassy mark. Directly below it is a small, flat stone. Ooh, here we go. There's gonna be some wizard magic in here. Lift the stone. You lift the stone, and underneath you see an inscription in the same hand as the others you have seen. This is the place where the sorcerer saw something all the others would simply ignore. He spoke to a darkness inside that he bore, and so he stopped and gloomed, and made light come once more. You replace the stone. The noise of the waves echoes around the narrow chamber. I only have 7 stamina left, but I need to try magic. I have to do it. So, sorcerer saw darkness he bore, stopped and gloom. Light come once more. He spoke to a darkness inside that he bore, stopped and gloomed. Gloomed is probably important. That's an interesting word choice. I have to make light. That might be a sunstone. I think that's the thing I needed for the light. Let's see what else I have though. D-U-D. Illusion of treasure. I don't think that's gonna help me. I'm gonna be honest, I don't think that's gonna help me. F-O-G. Summon darkness. Alright, okay. So I have F-O-G that summons darkness, and I have S-U-N. But I need a sun jewel for that. I don't have a sun jewel. Let me look at the poem again. Wait up. Darkness inside that he bore. Then the light came. Darkness, then light. Darkness, then light. Cast a spell. I'm gonna be dead by the time I'm done with all these spells. I'm gonna find like a rat, and the rat is gonna kill me. Alright, fog. Fog! You cast the spell, and a thick black fog rises from the sleeves of your tunic, and quickly fills the room. All falls dark, and the sunlight is cut away. Into the gloom, a shape emerges. It is the glowing rock seam in the wall, which in the darkness has become visible. I'm a genius! I didn't even think about that, but there you go. The riddle, man. Riddles are the best. It seems to the seam forms a shape. A letter T. P-O-T. It's P-O-T, right? I think it's P-O-T. A moment later, you wonder if you imagined it, as the fog lifts, and the wall turns back to dull rock once more. P-O-T. Can I write that down somewhere? Do I need like a notepad document? Wait, what'd that say? You're outside, blinking into the sunlight, through the narrow cave mouth, and onto the shore of the Kakavad Sea. Pot. A little bit of that devil's humidifier spell. A little bit of that dark magic, you know what I'm saying? A little bit of that dank magic. Dark magic, dank magic. Come on, get woke. Open your eyes. It's been there all along. You walk out onto the sand to find you are not alone. A small sailboat is pulled up in the shallows, and beside it, a woman sits on a low stool with a strange flat loom on her lap. She is weaving a long belt of tightly woven, brightly colored cloth. Watch her work. I want to be creepy. That's how you do it in the movies, you know what I mean? You like come out of the cave, you're like and you see her and you like just look at her for a second, and she like looks over at you and she like gestures for you. That's what's gonna happen. You hang back, watching her as she weaves. The work is swift but careful, with the strands of each color appearing to diverge before being brought back in and knotted together. Threads disappear from the pattern, then explode into life further along. The object she is making is no wider than a belt, but it seems extremely long. Suddenly she stops and looks up. She has seen you. "Greetings," she declares. "It has been a long time since I had a visitor." I'm gonna be polite, because this person probably wrote all of those. They also passed the wizard's test, probably. So I better be nice, because they're probably some sort of mighty wizard, and they'll probably reward me with some mighty wizard powers. "Greetings," you say, nodding your head to her. Was that my adventure voice, or was it more like, I think that was my voice. "What are you doing here?" you ask. "I am weaving," she says, "and waiting." The woman watches you with great patience. This is totally some sort of wizard or goddess or something. "What are you waiting for?" "What are you waiting for?" "I am waiting," she replies, "to ask a question. Are you ready now to answer it?" He's gonna be like, "Who are you? What are you doing?" "Yes," you reply. "Ask me your question." "It is a simple matter." She holds up 2 strands at the end of the belt she was weaving. They have diverged just at the moment she ceased her work. "It is about you. When the time comes to risk yourself for another, for no gain of your own, which would you rather choose? The way of danger, or the way of the coward? I have looked, but I cannot decide." Alright, well so far, what have I done? Let's be realistic here. Not in my mind, in the character's mind that I'm playing. I walked directly off a cliff because a riddle told me to do it. And I avoided the safety of a town to, walk off into the woods. So, I'm going to say I'm going to do the stupid thing, and I'm going to get myself killed for no good reason. "I'll answer," you tell her. She waits for you to speak. "The way of danger. I wish to live, and enjoy all the thrills of living." She claps her hands. "Wonderful!" What voice was that? The woman gathers up her loom under one arm and steps back under her boat. "You have everything you need," she declares. "Now, you must simply leave this place and return to where you should be. The land of Daddu-Ley is not meant to be lived in." She's a ghost. She is a ghost. That's a ghost, dude. I am Zach Baggins, and I didn't believe in ghosts until I had this experience. I cannot climb the cliff. Take me to Kare in your boat. Oh, hey. Take me to Kare in your boat. The woman frowns, then laughs. "But I'm not going to Kare," she says. "Where am I going? Kare is in dust and ruin. Its stones turn to powder, and its people to distant songs. I do not visit often." Yeah, I don't know why you would. I also don't know why you had such a positive tone there. Did you do that? Are you like a ghost that inspired the destruction of Kare? Probably. I don't trust this person anymore. I used to. Not anymore. And then she reaches up to her head and pulls out a single golden strand of hair, which she gives to you. That's weird. But I'll take it. "You will need this for your spell of returning." Then, with a breathed word, her boat creeps out into the waves. The sails fill, and her song is lost on the wind. Spell of returning. Alright, I'll take, I don't know, but sure. By the cliffs. I'm already by the cliffs. I'm just walking down. Just walking down a little bit. So now you are trapped. Or are you? Okay. Trapped or are you? Okay, spell of returning. Examine the hair. The hair is just a single strand, as long as your arm, and so fine and golden it is almost invisible against the waves. The wind threatens to snatch it from you. Hey! No, wait, come on, man. You just got this. The waves lap gently at the shore, but you are not fooled. The tide is rising. Okay. Pot is the returning spell. That makes sense. Okay, it all makes sense now. Perhaps there is a spell that will save you from this place. But as you prepare your mind, you already sense that the stars here are most strangely aligned. I already know how they'll cast a spell. Let's cast the spell. It's very unprofessional. I'm sorry to all of you for knowing. Oh, what else do we have here? Rock? No, that's Pock. It's pot. Of course, it's P-O-T. That's what the rocks said. That's what the sorcerer riddles told me to do. Oh! You attempt to raise a spell that does not exist. That's what they said that! And you suffer the harsh consequences as the magic collapses around you. The wind finally gets the better of your grip, and the long hair is whipped. No! Ah! You will never know that. You drown in the rising tide. Your admission has it. Rip. Alright, let's try that again. Rewind. Try magic. Cast a spell. How did I get that wrong? Was it not P-O-T? I swear it was P-O-T. What else could it be? R-A-T? Rat? I doubt it's gonna be rat, but I kinda wanna try it. I'm gonna end up just trial and erroring this. Is there no way I can look back at what it said? Like, do I not have any notes or anything? I don't like it. Gorilla. Pray to the gorilla. Can't do that. Oh, how do I do that? There we go. Spellbook. Spell of return. Wait, are returning. What? How is it? Okay, I feel like the spelling might be key here. Spelling might be key. Returning. Spell of returning. R-O-P. I know it was an O-T. I'm positive. You typically spell doesn't exist. Fuck! What? Ah! So the rocks didn't mean anything. The rocks were... It was a lie. The rocks were a lie. That's how... Okay. Seriously? No, you know what? Oh, I have to cast a spell now. I wanted to call out to her, but I have to just keep casting like shitty, non-existent spells. What other option do I have? T. Top. Wait up. That's just it backwards. That's it backwards. Yes. Okay. There was a P-O-T, but it was T-O-P backwards because I'm at the bottom and I need to go to the top. Therefore, top. I'm an idiot. Sorry. You weave the spell, although you cannot be certain what it will do, or even if it is a spell. But then, the golden strand of hair begins to shine and glow. You stand back to watch as it becomes as thick as your arm and grows tall, burying down into the sand and soaring up into the sky. Grab hold of it. I want to go to the top of the beanstalk. I want the goose. Quickly, you grab hold of the towering strand and it whisks you away. Upwards, at speed. Within heartbeats, you are near the top of the cliff once more, and jump down onto the earth. No, I wanted to go to the land of the clouds. Well, whatever. No golden goose. No golden goose for me. That's fine. I don't need a golden goose. I have 6 stamina. I'll be fine. The golden tower disappears, shrinking away out of sight. But as it fades, the wind strums. It strums it and begins to sing. You can only catch the words. In a long empty mine roams a terrible beast, whose slaying it will be your duty in time. But should you meet early in mines to the east, creep inward and burn him. Remember this rhyme. Oh! How am I supposed to remember this? I feel like dude, I need to write stuff down. I need to write stuff down. Is it cheating if I write stuff down? I don't think it's cheating if I... Okay, realistically, I've been sent by the king to do this, okay? He's gonna give me, like, a piece of charcoal and some paper to write stuff down. I'm writing things down.